Hi my dear students, welcome to one more amazing session from Infinity Land. This is Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry. So we are in NEET examination preparation. Today I just want to take you complete formula revision of the chemistry, physical chemistry. So whenever you study, almost every student preparing for NEET examination has a problem. Like you just have a kind of fear when you look at the numerical or some numbers. So don't come out of this because it's not your problem, it is everybody's problem. Because you are more acquainted in the medical entrance examination, you are more into the biology and the chemistry theory oriented things. You are very good at a theory approach. But when it comes to the formulas and physical chemistry, it is the backbone is going to be your formulas. आज हम चर्चा करने वाला हैं ये फॉर्मूला कैसे इस्तेमाल करो, इसमें शॉर्टकट टेक्निक क्या होगा, and everything we are going to see. So Komal, how are you? Hi. And you are doing very good at biology and you are doing somehow very good at chemistry, but you are going to struck in the physical chemistry because you feel yourself that you are not that good at numerical. So आज हम डिस्कस करने हैं सारे के सारा ये फॉर्मूला का है एंड ये जो फार्मूला में टेक्निक्स क्या होता एंड टेक्निक्स में विदाउट सॉल्विंग द टोटल न्यूमेरिकल इन लेंथी फॉर्मेट आई विल गिव यू अ शॉर्टकट पिक्चर अबाउट इट एंड दिस शॉर्टकट पिक्चर take a pen and paper, write along with me, and you're going to do awesome in the total chemistry. So you are improvising yourself by using NEET YouTube channel by this Infinity Land. So please मुझे केमिस्ट्री में फॉर्मूला गाइड करने में या आज हमारा ये सेशन आपका हिसाब से भी होगा कोमल. So let's start. Before going for this awesome experience, I just want to bring you two promotional slides. बच्चों, right, those who are online, please like the session and share with your friends. इन लोगों को भी फायदा होना चाहिए. And please subscribe and to the Infinity Land NEET YouTube channel and bell button दबाओ ताकि आपको मिलेगा अगले क्लास क्या होगा, कौन सा टॉपिक होगा, आपको पॉपअप आ सकते हैं. राइट बेटा? राइट, वेरी गुड कोमल, वंडरफुल. बिफोर गोइंग फॉर दिस कंप्लीट केमिस्ट्री फार्मूला रिविजन, सो मेरे टेस्ट में नंबर्स में आई एम फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान. ओके, welcome anybody, you can attend our class and you can improve yourself Komal. Right, and before going for this, I just want to take you two promotional slides. One is a score examination, very close. We are in a score examination. This score examination conducted twice, September 28th and October 12th. For September 28th, and we are so close, is already 23rd and 5 days left, and coming Sunday you're going to have the examination. Why this is the largest, India's largest scholarship examination? Kyunki this is conducted by Sri Chaitanya Academy, India's largest unicorn in this education sector. And if you take any NEET or JEE, any competitive examination, Sri Chaitanya is going to heading in front tire. Okay, is the number one coaching industry and number one in coaching industry. So we provide 2.5 worth of cash rewards directly, so I can claim and we can claim this is India's largest scholarship examination. And also we have 350 worth crore of a scholarship based on various courses you have. And also exciting gadgets like tablets and laptops and mobiles and various awesome gadgets will be given to you, and up to 100% scholarship. और एक चीज़ है, हैव यू एवर ड्रीम टू गो, सपने में भी ऐसे नासा दिखाने के लिए? हाँ, नासा देखने के लिए गए? नहीं बेटा, वी आर गोइंग टू टेक यू. Those deserved students are going to be visited NASA, the United States of America, and it is there on us, and we will take you. And Violet, the link is description box is there, and you can click that link in the even in the pinned messages, and you can click it and you can go ahead with that. बच्चों, और एक चीज़ है, this examination is conducted twice, September 28th, October 12th, right? So for September 28th, you can enroll up to September 26th. For October 12th, you can enroll up to October 10th. So registrations open. You can write this examination online as well as offline, right beta? If you want to write offline, you visit nearest 𝒑𝒐𝒑𝒐𝒂𝒊𝒕 academy and you just check the slot is available or not, and the offline examination you can write, or you can write online examination at home itself. And और एक चीज़ है, you can be a student of Infinity Lane or Sri Chaitanya, or you may be a student of any private institute or government institute, still you are eligible to write. This examination is for the grade 3 to grade 11. Any student can write. Depending upon your standard, the examination pattern and the slot will be defined. Okay, bachcho, so why late? The link is available. You can click it and you can enjoy the examination. All the best to get these as many as goodies you can. और एक चीज़ है, after this one more slide, NEET test series. After this we are going into the formula revision and all, and how to use the formulas. So मैं एक चीज़ बताना चाहता हूँ. You are all doing very good for the NEET examination preparation, bachcho. All the best. Hi, quote lover. Hello. I'm a chemistry lover, right? Okay. Anyways, so you ask your toppers or seniors who are in the medical colleges. You ask. They say they did hard work just like you, but how come they become a topper? So इन दोनों को क्या फर्क पड़ता? So that is the winning edge. The winning edge makes the difference, and the loser and the gainer, a winner I say, both prepared with a lot of hard work, but the winner always go for a continuous assessment. Okay, in the continuous assessment, it is any competitive examination you write, it is known, so you have to know where exactly you stand and how you are doing, what is your improvement areas. And to know that, you need a particular assessment platform. This particular assessment platform is given by NEET test series, Ultimate Key to NEET Success. It is designed for grade 11, अलग कर दिया, grade 12 and repeater को भी. And it is prepared by eminent successful faculties from the Infinity Lane and Sri Chaitanya Academy. You know, this is prepared according to the new pattern of NTA. And you know, this NEET assessment test series is designed in such a way that it is going to give you a real-time experience of your NEET examination. Bachcho, this is a super awesome thing. When you prepare this test series, you will be experiencing रियल एग्जामिनेशन में कैसे होगा, ताकि आपका अगर आप रियल टाइम नीट में बैठना तो आपको लगेगा आसानी का है. Okay, so you feel it is as easy as is possible. So why late? You just, link is available in the description box and even in the pinned messages. You just click it, or you can ask Aina, our AI, okay, and it is going to guide you, and you just purchase this if you want, and you just take YouTube 30 of coupon code. If you apply now, automatically 30% discount आपको मिलेगा, है ना बेटम? So that all the best for your NEET examination, बच्चों. We are going to enter into now the formula revision. Topic wise मैं कर लेता हूँ, which includes all numerical based topics that is going to become in the physical chemistry. So take a pen and paper and write the formulas along with me, ताकि आपको एक बार revision भी होगा, एक बार understanding pattern भी आपको इस्तेमाल करना है. And I don't want to do any numerical, but I just want to go ahead with the formula revision. So students, first शुरुआत से atomic structure करना है, right from Rutherford model to quantum numbers. Okay, Rutherford said electron revolve around the nucleus just like a planet revolve around the sun. Nucleus का जो size है ना कम से कम होगा. So the radius of the nucleus is given as r is equal to r naught a to the power 1 by 3 centimeters. Here radius of the nucleus r naught is a constant, a is the atomic mass number. And also Planck's quantum theory, everybody knows the energy of one photon is equal to h nu is equal to hc by lambda beta, and nu is the frequency. Here it is the frequency of the light, and c is the light velocity. How much it will be? Light velocity, it is going to be 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. And also you are going to see the lambda. Lambda is equal to wavelength. And you know h is a Planck's constant, 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joules. Hi QT. Now everybody use this formula and you can do it. And let us see the application of this. How to go for this simple application? Simply, if the wavelength is given, energy you can calculate 2 into 10 to the power of minus 25. When the wavelength is given in the meters, ताकि आपका energy of the photon comes in the joules. Similarly, और एक चीज़ है, energy is equal to 12400 by wavelength. Generally, it is given in the angstrom units. ताकि आपका मिलेगा energy electron volt से. You can use, simply you can plug this wavelength value and you can get the answer. बच्चों understand? And you know ये electron volt and joule से कैसे convert कर सकता हूँ? You are going to see 1 electron volt बच्चों, 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 joule होगा. You don't have to worry to know about this. Just इलेक्ट्रॉन का जो चार्ज है ना, ये मैग्नेट्यूड याद रखो, हो जाएगा ना. That's the reason why I follow this. I ask you to follow these sessions. And you see, if a photon, this is a body, if a photon of energy is absorbed and it is released as 2 photons, that is E1 and E2, 2 photons. एक फोटॉन का एनर्जी E1 और एक फोटॉन का एनर्जी E2. सो इससे हम कर सकते हैं E is equal to E1 plus E2, right? E is equal to H nu is equal to H nu 1 plus H nu 2. You can say nu is equal to nu 1 plus nu 2. A simple calculation. So a frequency of a photon is given and it is emitted as 2 photons, and 2 photon का एक photon का wavelength और frequency आपको दिया जाएगा और दूसरा photon का frequency आप निकाल सकते हैं. बच्चों hc by lambda is equal to hc by lambda 1 plus hc by lambda 2. इसका हिसाब से आप कर सकते हैं 1 by incident lambda is equal to 1 by lambda 1 plus 1 by lambda 2. प्लैंक क्वांटम थ्योरी का हिसाब से ये जो ट्रिकी पॉइंट्स है ना, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. ये एक फोटॉन का एनर्जी है बेटा. n नंबर ऑफ फोटॉन्स इज इक्वल टू, फॉर n नंबर ऑफ फोटॉन्स इज इक्वल टू n डॉट hc by lambda. n is the number of photons. That is very important. You will be given how many number of photons can give you 1 joule of energy, 2 joule of energy. Like that you can give various questions based on this. Take a pen and paper, everybody please write along with me ताकि आपको एक राउंड ऑफ प्रैक्टिस भी हो जाएगा. एक चीट शीट भी बनाओ. शॉर्ट ट्रिक्स टू रिमेंबर हॉट केमिस्ट्री फॉर्मूलास. आज का सेशन जो हम बनाइल है ना, हाई क्यूटी and quote lover, please like the session. Those who are online, please like the session. So let us see photoelectric effect. What is the photoelectric effect? Now photoelectric effect, when this is a light, okay, this is a metal beta, this is a metal. On the metal, if a light with a suitable energy is incident on it, okay, so the electron present in that metal is going to be ejected, बाहर निकलेगा. That effect is known as a photoelectric effect, and this is explained by Einstein, Albert Einstein. And you know, the electron that is ejected now, that is called photoelectron. And let us see, I don't want to take more than 5 to 10 minutes for a single topic. सो आगे बढ़ो आगे बढ़ो आगे बढ़ो, ठीक है बेटा, राइट. सो दैट इज गिवन एज h nu is equal to, okay, E is equal to W naught plus KE. E is equal to h nu and W naught is equal to h nu naught plus KE. You know, this is the incident light frequency and this is a critical frequency and this is called work function. Work function is the minimum energy required. Rajendra Patil, hi. So this is the minimum energy required to cause the photoelectric effect and this is the minimum frequency to cause the photoelectric effect. I just want to take E is equal to h nu minus h nu naught and KE is equal to h of nu minus nu naught. उसमें KE is kinetic energy, nu is incident light frequency, and nu naught is equal to threshold frequency. So फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक के हिसाब से ये काफ़ी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इफ इंसिडेंट लाइट फ्रीक्वेंसी इज इक्वल और ग्रेटर देन थ्रेशोल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी तभी ये फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट होगा. सोनाली, KCl वीक एसिड ना, KCl है साल्ट है, ओके. दिस इज 11th and 12th मिला के, ओके. राजेंद्र पटेल 12th and 11th मिला के सारे फार्मूला एक बार रिवाइज करना चाहता हूँ. सो दिस इज द सेशन अबाउट द नीट एग्जामिनेशन प्रिपरेशन दोस्त, okay, right. Sonali, let us see, there are two important graphs that is related to the photoelectric effect. This is a photoelectric effect. So kinetic energy of the photoelectron and incident light, intensity of the light. So intensity of the light means it has its same frequency and its brightness is increased. So kinetic energy is independent on the incident light frequency. PYQ is sufficient for organic chemistry? Na. PYQ is always, you can do it for understanding NEET में क्वेश्चन कैसे पूछा जाएगा. But if you go through the PYQ, it doesn't mean that same questions will come in the next NEET examination. This is absolutely wrong. But for practicing, you have to check yourself how you are doing and what is your standard and are you reaching the standards and what turns and twists can be there in the question to understand that PYQ is important. खाली PYQ पकड़ के आप NEET जाना चाहता हूँ, काम नहीं चलेगा बेटा. सोनाली, now I just want to say और एक ग्राफ है. If you say the frequency and kinetic energy, you are going to get a straight line on intercept of the frequency. जो intercept आपका आ रहा है ना, that intercept is going to be critical frequency or threshold frequency. Okay, जो भी है JEE एस्पिरेंट होगा, NEET एस्पिरेंट होगा, PYQ का कहानी ऐसे होगा. Are you getting or not बच्चों? अगर कुछ डाउट है ना तो फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट के हिसाब से आप पूछना है. Right, Rajendra, any doubt? QT and coat lover and Komal. Any doubts? I'm expecting doubts from the students. ये G level के भाई. So the level I am going to give you here, it is sufficient for JEE as well as NEET. Okay, this is specifically this channel is meant for NEET. Right, now moving ahead in the structure of atom. Bohr's model of hydrogen and hydrogen-like atoms. Bohr said electron revolve around the nucleus in a concentric circular path, and in the circular path electron is revolving, and these circles is given as K shell, L shell, M shell. So जब तक एक इलेक्ट्रॉन एक शेल में है ना, इसका एनर्जी कांस्टेंट है, एंगुलर मोमेंटम कांस्टेंट है, रेडियस भी कांस्टेंट है. angular momentum is equal to mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Mvr is angular momentum, n is the shell number. This angular momentum is fixed. This is called quantization of angular momentum. And also say energy of the electron is always constant, that is given as minus 2.18 into 2.178 into 10 power minus 18 z square by n square. Z is the atomic mass number, and n is the shell number. And also you can say the energy of the electron, always you follow this. Energy of the electron is equal to minus 13.6 into z square by n square electron volts. You can convert electron volt into joules. 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joules. And also a derivation का हिसाब से energy of the electron is given as minus 2 pi square me to the powers 4 by n square. Okay, and here m is the mass of electron, E is the charge of electron, n is the shell number for hydrogen like species. So radius of the electron is given as 0.529 into m square by z angstrom units. And velocity of the electron is also given. This is also important. ये derive करके देना है 2 pi g square by n h. And its value is going to be 2.18 into 10 power 6 into z by n. Z is the atomic number, n is the shell number. Can you feel it? It is in the range of 10 power 6. It means that it is nearly equal to the light velocity. Light velocity 10 power 8 का अंदर होता है, 10 power 8 order में है, and electron 10 power 6 order में है. That is the reason why electron has a light and particle, so it has a dual behavior. And also wavelength of emitted photon hydrogen spectrum का हिसाब से 1 by lambda is equal to nu bar r g square by 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. So these are the formulas. I am just reading the formulas से कैसे इस्तेमाल करूँ. मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ n1 to which shell electron is coming. When the electron is coming from higher shell to lower shell, it loses energy in the form of radiation, and it is coming from somewhere and it is coming to somewhere. Lyman series n is equal to 1, n1 1, Balmer n1 2, Passion bracket fund 3 4 5. So the first line n1 plus 1, second line n1 plus 2, third line n1 plus 3, last line n2 is equal to infinity. Okay, so like that you can have various things, and you say very important thing, R value is Rydberg constant 10967.7.8 सेंटीमीटर होगा बेटा. अरे इतना बड़ा नंबर ये फॉर्मूला में डाल के आपको कैसा कर सकता हूँ, आपको बहुत दिक्कत होगा. ताकि आपको बोलना चाहता हूँ जब 1 by r वैल्यू आता है ना, you can say 912 angstrom units. It is a super awesome shortcut बेटा, super awesome shortcut. ठीक है बेटा. And maximum number of spectral lines that is emitted when an electron is coming from higher level to the lower level, that is delta n of n delta n plus 1 by 2, or n2 minus n1, or n2 minus n1 plus 1 by 2. Okay, n1 is the lower shell and n2 is the higher shell. And the de Broglie wavelength, when electron is moving around the nucleus, it is going to have a dual behavior. It is going to have a wave-like nature, and the wave length is going to be h by mv, or h by mc is equal to h by p. P is inversely, so wavelength is inversely proportional to the momentum, or mv, mass into velocity. And you know this is going to be wave-like nature, है ना. Maximum number of waves made in a shell in a complete revolution is equal to shell number. So if an electron is revolving in n is equal to 5, fifth shell में है, so how many waves it is making? 5 waves. N is equal to 4, 4 waves. N is equal to 2, 2 waves. N is equal to 1, 1 wave. JR Academy, hi, thanks. So hope these are going to be helpful, right? And kinetic energy and wavelength. Array momentum, P is equal to momentum, no? When it is having a momentum, it should have a kinetic energy, and the relation between this momentum and the wavelength is given, and kinetic energy and the wavelength is given, and wavelength is equal to h by root 2 KEM. This is the formula. You don't directly use this formula when you do numericals better. बहुत important चीज़ है. You can't solve the numericals by using this formula when it comes to the practicality. When an electron is in the rest, if you apply some potential, it is going to be accelerated. जब accelerate हो रहा है ना electron को, कुछ kinetic energy होगा. Hi विजय भारती, future chemistry teacher. Okay, follow my chemistry. Okay, बच्चों, you just check your internet connection. Video अच्छा है. And if the V is accelerating potential, so the wavelength of the electron is given as h by root 2 QVM. फिर भी ये प्रॉब्लम है, फिर भी ये प्रॉब्लम है. You can't solve the numericals. मैं क्या बोलना चाहता हूं अब? आज का सेशन का थंबनेल क्या? शॉर्ट ट्रिक्स टू रिमेंबर एंड हार्ड केमिस्ट्री न्यूमेरिकल्स फॉर्मूलाज. And this is given as a simple trick. Wavelength of the accelerated electron is equal to 12.3 upon root accelerating potential. You are going to get wavelength in angstrom units. बस इतना ही है. Simple ना? It is very simple. And you use this only while you want to do numericals. Okay, सोनाली, मुझसे बोर आर्मस्ट्रॉन्ग में यूनिट कैसे करो बताओ. When you write the electronic configuration, if you find unpaired electron, okay, so I will write it here. Sonali, you can say, so magnetic momentum is equal to root over n into n plus 2. Okay, so इसका यूनिट बोर मैग्नेटॉन होगा. मैग्नेटिक मूवमेंट है ना, एटॉमिक लेवल में कम से कम कर सकते हैं बोर मैग्नेटॉन यूनिट में. सो इट इज गोइंग टू बी मैग्नेटिक मूवमेंट. n is number of unpaired electron, Bohr magneton. Okay, so moving ahead, quantum numbers, you have various quantum numbers, principal quantum numbers. It tells us to which shell an electron is present. Its value is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. It cannot be 0. And orbital angular momentum is the azimuthal quantum number. So angular momentum of an electron, it is not orbital ka beta. Angular momentum of an electron in any orbit nh by 2 pi, that is called example bhi de sakta hu, ruko. And it is going to be quantization of angular momentum bachcho. And azimuthal quantum number, it is given by Sommerfeld. It is given with L, and it tells us to which subshell an electron is belongs, and it starts from 0, 1, 2, and it goes, and maximum value it is going to have n minus 1 tak hai. So L value kabhi n value ka barabar nahi hoga. 3 unpaired electron ho to kaise karo? So n value 3 le lo beta Sonali. And talking about maximum number of electron in a particular subshell is equal to 2 into 2l plus 1 and 4l plus 2, you can say that. And also orbital angular momentum azimuthal quantum ka hisab se dena hai. Ye angular momentum of an electron, this is orbital angular momentum, that is h by 2 pi dot root over l into l plus 1. So I just want to say what is L. L is equal to 0, L is equal to 1, L is equal to 2, L is equal to 3. Agar L value 0 hoga to you can say it is a S subshell, it is going to be P subshell, D subshell, F subshell beta. ठीक है सोनाली, डेसिमल में आंसर कैसे करो, डेसिमल में आंसर आता है, एक कैलकुलेशन के हिसाब से करना पड़ता है. So Sonali, I am following your questions. Okay, you will get answer for every of your question. And talking about magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number. It talks about to the direction of the orbital, the direction of the subshell, and m value depends on माइनस एल से 0 इंक्लूड करके प्लस एल तक होगा. राइट, दैट्स गुड सोनाली. एंड नो अदर विद्या भारती एंड JR Academy, प्लीज आस्क द डाउट्स. योर डाउट्स आर वैलिड हियर. आई एम गोइंग टू आंसर योर डाउट. आपका जो डाउट है ना, आपका कोलिग्स को भी होगा. सो एवरीबडी प्लीज आस्क डाउट्स. ओके, नाउ so the number of subshells in a particular shell is equal to n. shell number 1 में एक ही सबशेल होगा, yes. shell number 2 में 2 सबशेल्स हो गए, 2s 2p. shell number 3 में 3s 3p 3d. shell number 4 में 4s 4p 4d 4f. like that it is equal to the number of shells and also number of orbitals in a shell, that is going to be n square. And maximum number of electrons in a cell, it's going to be 2n square. Nodal analysis का अभी देंगे. So it is going to be 2n square. This is what is called Bohr-Bury principle. This is what is called as a Bohr-Bury principle. And also number of orbitals in a subshell, 2l plus 1. L है 2l plus 1. And the maximum number of electrons in a subshell, 2 into 2l plus 1, 4l plus 2. That's very important. It was asked 4l plus 2 का हिसाब से एक प्रीवियस मेडिकल एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन में क्वेश्चन पूछा था. अब उस समय में नीट टर्मिनोलॉजी नहीं है. ओके, एनी डाउट? टेक ए स्क्रीनशॉट एवरीबॉडी, दीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Moving ahead, are a number of, you have spherical nodes. जब इलेक्ट्रॉन होगा ना, that is called orbital, and जब इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं होता है ना, that is called node. Nodes are 2 types, and spherical node, this is also called as radial node, and another one is angular node. This is also called as nodal plane. So how to calculate the spherical node? Spherical node is equal to n minus L minus 1. And angular node is equal to L. Total number of nodes is equal to n minus 1. Wait, the moles kaise nikal? I am going to give you the next slide. Sonali. Right? Hope you are understanding. Any doubt? अरे एक chapter बताएं. 34 minutes total organic chemistry is completed. Total, structure of atom is completed. I want your support to encourage the students. So बच्चों, आपका कुछ भला करने का कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. This YouTube channel जो sessions हम दे रहे हैं ना, completely free of cost. We are not asking any promotions based on this also. So did I ask you to buy something? This is my product, and I am telling you this is a subject, only सिर्फ subject चलता. And make use of these sessions. So please like this session, share with your friends, subscribe to the Infinity Land NEET YouTube channel. सिर्फ इतना ही चाहिए हमारे तरफ से. Okay, now stoichiometry, mole calculations. Sonali, very good, congratulations Sonali. And you see in the stoichiometry the number of moles कैसे निकलो? Number of moles. So I want to say anything which has the Avogadro number of particles in it is called a mole. जैसे आपको एक pair, number 2, एक dozen, number 12. Similarly, and mole means Avogadro number. A number here 6.022 into 10 raised 23. That is called Avogadro number. So I have type 1 and type 2 and type 3 and type 4. 4 methods are there to calculate, congratulations Sonali, to calculate the number of moles. If mass is given, so number of moles is equal to weight of the substance by gram molecular weight, or weight of the substance by gram atomic weight. And if number is given, so number of moles is equal to number of particles by Avogadro number. If volume is given, okay, if volume of a gas is given, it is only applicable for gas. Number of moles is equal to volume of the gas in liters upon 22.4. And I just want to confine only to these 3. And if you combine these 3 formulas, you're going to see here weight of the substance by gram molecular weight is equal to number by Avogadro number, you can say simply 6 into 10 power 23, 6.022 into 10 power 23. So concise it, 6 into 10 power 23 is equal to volume of the gas in liters by 22.4. You can say volume of the gas in milliliters by 22400. Now you can see, if weight is given, you can calculate the volume. Volume is given, you can calculate the number. If a number is given, you can calculate the weight, because these are all the constant. Yes. Vidya Bharti, my voice is clear. Sonali, my voice आपको सही तरफ सुनाई दे रहा है क्या? Please confirm if my voice, if you feel any difficulty, please let me know. Okay. Now here concentration terms, you have molarity, molality, normality, mole fraction. Molarity is equal to number of moles per volume of the solution, and molality is equal to number of moles upon the mass of the solvent, and the mole fraction is equal to the ratio of number of moles of one component to the total number of moles. So in that mole fraction, sum of the mole fraction is always equal to 1. And any doubt here, when the molarity is given, simple tricks. Molality, you can say 1000 W1 by M1 W2. So I am going to give interrelation among them. Calculation of the percentages, W by W percent, okay, and volume by volume percent, and volume and W percent. In that, W by W percent is independent on the temperature. In this, molarity is dependent temperature, mole fraction and molality is independent in temperature. And you can see molarity into molality, that is given by M into 1000 by 1000 P, 1000 rho minus M1 M2. Here rho is going to be the density, and molality small m, capital M is equal to molarity, M2 is going to be आपका molar mass of the solute, M1 and M2. Okay, so I am going to change my mic, just a minute. Okay, is my voice is okay? Fine. Is my voice is okay? Right. Moving ahead, concept of equivalent weight. So normality का हिसाब से करना है. So it says that for element equivalent weight is equal to, NEET में ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आने का संभावना है, atomic weight by valency factor for the atoms. And also you can see for an acid or a base, so the molecular weight, equivalent weight is equal to molecular weight by acidity or the basicity. For an acid, the number of H plus ions that are released, yeah. for a base number of OH minus you can say. Okay, Telangana board से बाहर दिया था, कोई problem नहीं. Sir, India is India, anywhere subject is same, examination pattern is same. Now you can see for OA or RA, oxidizing agent or a reducing agent, equivalent weight is equal to molecular weight by number of electrons involved in the redox change or change in the oxidation state per 1 mole of the reactant. So these are the simple things you need to know. This is very important about the equivalent concept. And also equivalent weight, atomic weight and the molecular weight, the valency factor, N is said to be valency factor. Redox reaction में N factor के लिए ये 1.5 घंटा के एक सेशन किया था मैं और अगले हफ्ते में और एक N factor को करना चाहता हूँ. And the concept of number of equivalents. So number of equivalent is equal to mass of the substance upon equivalent weight. Just like moles, weight by molecular weight, number of equivalent weights, number of equivalents is equal to weight by equivalent weight. Again equivalent weight is equal to molecular weight by N factor. Simple like that, you simplify the things. So number of equivalents of solute is equal to number of equivalents of the solute into valency factor. So number of moles का valency factor को multiply करो बस. So ताकि इसका normality भी निकाल सकते हैं. So the normality is equal to number of equivalents of the solute upon the volume of the solution. So normality is equal to valency factor into molarity. So normality का है ना is equal to weight by gram equivalent weight into 1000 by V in milliliters. So I just want to say for mixing, so normality is equal to N1 V1 plus N2 V2 upon V1 plus V2. For dilution, that is equal to N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. The same thing you use in the pH calculations as well. That's pretty important. And that's what. Okay, thermodynamics. Even in the thermodynamics, you have first law, second law, and Gibbs free energy, right? So thermodynamic process, isothermal process, temperature is maintained constant, dt is 0, and isochoric process, volume is constant, dV is going to be 0 bachcho. And you can say isobaric process, pressure is constant, dP is going to be 0. Whenever isothermal process, you say du is also going to be 0. That is very important. And you have adiabatic process, heat dt is going to be 0, dq is going to be 0, thermally isolated system. Telugu subject में कैसे करो boards में? Very good. And IUP is a sign conversion about the heat and work. This is the chemistry class. Okay. Telugu subject के लिए मैं क्या करूँ आपको? So any help you want to take from chemistry, you just ask us. Okay. So work done on the system, work done on the system is going to be positive, work done by the system is going to be negative. Okay. I want to say here, let us say this is your system बच्चों. ये system में आप work करना चाहता हूँ, W is going to be positive. आप heat देना चाहता हूँ, Q is going to be positive. And work बाहर जा रहे हैं ना, W is going to be negative, and heat is also going out, W is going to be negative. That is the sign conversion is very important. Right, beta? Any doubt? Now, the first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics. Energy neither be created nor be destroyed, but energy can be converted into one form to another form. So let us say, if the energy means heat, energy, say magnitude of energy A, if it is disappeared, energy in the form of say magnitude in the form of B, you are going to get it. or else if energy of some kind is missed, disappeared, so the same magnitude of the work should be done. Same magnitude of the work should be done. So this is what is called law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy, it helps you a lot. And also, you just see one thing here, if this is a system, पहले जो इसका एनर्जी, इंटरनल एनर्जी U1 था, इसके लिए कुछ काम कर रहे हैं, W is given, simultaneously heat is also given, ताकि इसका इंटरनल एनर्जी U2 बदल दिया. So, electrochemistry is sufficient for NEET, exactly. So I want to say U2 is equal to U1 plus Q plus W. So U2 इस तरफ लेना चाहता हूँ, U2 minus U1 is equal to Q plus W. So that is given as delta U is equal to Q plus W. This is mathematical form of first law of thermodynamics. ठीक है बेटा? And calculation of heat. So the total heat capacity. So the heat capacity of two types, specific heat capacity or molar heat capacity. The energy, the heat supplied to a system, 1 gram of a system to raise the temperature by 1 degree centigrade is called specific heat. Okay. For 1 mole of the substance is called molar heat capacity. So the molar heat capacity is of two types. Molar heat capacity at constant pressure Cp and constant volume Cv. And we are going to see here, so C is equal to Q by T. Okay, so that is total heat capacity, molar heat capacity, del Q by N delta T. So N is the number of moles, molar heat capacity. This is of two types. One is molar heat capacity at constant pressure, and another one is going to be molar heat capacity at constant volume. And Cp minus Cv is equal to R, and Cp upon Cv is equal to gamma. That is given, you can see Cp is equal to gamma R power upon gamma minus 1. Gamma is equal to ratio of Cp and Cv. And Cv is equal to R upon gamma minus 1. Right? So these are the simple things, simplest things you can say. Simplest things I can say. Okay, short tricks to remember hard chemistry formulas. And you can say specific heat capacity. Already we discussed it for a gram. M is the mass of a substance. Okay, so joule, gram inverse, Kelvin inverse, a formula के हिसाब से आप dimension भी निकाल सकते हैं. ये formula के हिसाब से N is the number of moles. ये formula के हिसाब से आप dimension भी निकाल सकते हैं. समझ में आ रहे क्या बेटा बच्चों? Let it be. We can extend this session, no problem. I want to do my students to the best in the physical chemistry. जी South movie देखना है. So Sonali, you are going out of academics. So discussion anything in the chat box out of academics मना है बेटा. Okay. So let us discuss only subject matter related. Those who are online, please like the session. I want to see number of likes बढ़ते जाते, session का जोश भी बढ़ता जाता. And work done. We already seen W is equal to nRT, ln V1 and V2 upon V1. Okay, so that is isothermal reversible. So I just want to say isothermal reversible W is equal to, you can say benzene aromatic compound. हाँ बिल्कुल aromatic है. So it is going to be isothermal reversible process के लिए minus 2.303 nR, okay, T, okay, log V2 upon V1. It is for the expansion. If it is a positive, it is going to be compression. Reversible का है, irreversible का is going to be minus P external delta V. Delta V is equal to V2 minus V1. I want to say isothermal process means throughout the process temperature kept constant so that the system can exchange the heat from the surroundings, mind it. Okay, so that is very important thing beta. So reversible and irreversible process, since dV is equal to 0, dW is equal to minus P, delta V is equal to 0. and also conditions, reversible and irreversible process, that's what I mentioned here. Okay, so for irreversible already formula is given. For adiabatic, this is very important, इसका derivation कोई नहीं करता है, नहीं करना है, लेकिन फॉर्मूला याद रखने का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होगा. सो T2 V2 power gamma minus 1 is equal to T1 V1 power gamma minus 1. And adiabatic reversible, that is the adiabatic reversible, this is irreversible. And reversible work, and it is going to be work is equal to P2 V2 minus P1 V1 upon gamma minus 1. And PV is equal to nRT, nRT2 minus T1 upon gamma minus 1. So that you can manipulate during examination अगर चाहिए तो. ठीक है, that's very important. And अगर ये process irreversible होगा ना, थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ना है. I just want to say P2 V2 minus P1 V1 upon gamma minus 1 na, that is multiplied with here nr T2 minus T1 gamma minus 1 NCV delta T. Delta T includes T2 minus T1. We use P1 V1 is equal to P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 T upon T2 combined gas equation का हिसाब से आप लेना पड़ता. Moving ahead, free expansion, external pressure नहीं होगा, work done बिल्कुल जीरो होता है. सोनाली, right? And और एक चीज है constant volume process, that is not required. Second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics है सारा यूनिवर्स में आपका for a naturally occurring irreversible process, entropy always increases. Universe means system plus surroundings. So entropy change in the system and entropy change in the surroundings ताकि दोनों मिलके greater than 0 होगा. What is entropy? Q by delta T. I just want to say entropy is a measure of increase in randomness. Hello, Akkudas. So let us see, moving ahead, for entropy, that is going to be for a system dq reversible by T from a system changes to A to B system, you have to integrate. Abhi, hi. So I want you guys, please like the button. Okay, now I want to ask you a system, this is a system and this is another system. Okay, it is at a 0 degree centigrade, it is at 25 degree centigrade. It has internal entropy, it has entropy पहले जो है ना, you want to say entropy 1 and this it has entropy 2 and I have given 5 kilojoule of heat simultaneously separately ताकि इसका entropy बदल दिया S2 तक. Okay, and ये दोनों को जो है ना, and the increase in the entropy delta S मान लो, the change in entropy है ना delta S. Okay, okay, system A and this is system B, ये system A का and system B का. Now आपका मिलेगा अभी right. So dear children, other than academics, nothing is entertained in the chart. Please note down. I want to say, my सवाल है कि delta SA is equal to delta SB and delta SA is greater than delta SB and delta SA is less than delta SB. So मैं क्या बोलना चाहता हूँ, ये गलत है, ये गलत है, ये सही होगा. So I want to say increase in the entropy from the lowest temperature is going to be always greater. Okay, right beta? Now moving ahead, entropy calculation for an ideal gas. Yes, this is Gibbs free energy, state function and extensive property. So Gibbs free energy is the system's energy. Okay, please follow the session. Students are attending this session to improvise their abilities in competitive examinations. Okay, so you can just chill in the chat box, but other than academics, you please don't do it. So systems whose energy is decreased, that is actually useful for the work, is called as Gibbs free energy. So that is given as delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. That is called Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. So students, if a process is at equilibrium, delta G का 0 होगा. If process is spontaneous, आगे बढ़ने के लिए delta G negative होगा. And if delta G is positive, ऐसे process कभी नहीं हुई होगा, सही, non-spontaneous होगा. Okay, so the process is non-spontaneous if delta G का हिसाब से होता है. अगर delta G of system is 0 or greater than 0 as less than 0 is very important. And please students focus, please focus. Now moving ahead, standard free energy change, that is given as delta G is equal to work done negative 2.303 nRT log V2 upon V1. Right beta? And also for delta G of the formation of an elemental state is taken as 0, that is very important, very important. And delta G for a process is equal to delta sum of the delta G products minus sum of the delta G reactants. That you are going to see in the thermochemistry. Always you see in thermochemistry it is given as a for the reaction, reactant giving rise to the product. So enthalpy of reaction is equal to, please focus, thermodynamics, right? That's very good, Abhi. So enthalpy of that reaction is going to be sum of the enthalpies of the products minus sum of the enthalpy of reactant. If delta H reaction is greater than 0, it is a positive, is meant to say it is an endothermic process. If the delta H is less than 0, mean to say it is a negative, it is going to be exothermic process. Yeah. Thank you very much. Please focus here. And you can see the reaction definition का हिसाब से आप कर सकते हो. Enthalpy of formation, mean to say 1 mole of the substance is formed from its elemental substance. Enthalpy of formation of the pure substances like elemental level uncombined state is going to be 0. These are the noteworthy points. Enthalpy of combustion, the amount of energy released when 1 mole of substance is completely subjected for combustion. Okay, so like that you need to know enthalpy of a neutralization. 1 gram equivalent of an acid is completely neutralized by gram equivalent of a base in excess dilute solutions, right? Thank you very much. Please focus here. So temperature dependence Kirchhoff equation. So थोड़ा सा आपका high level में questions देखा है तो that is given as, that is delta Cp is equal to Cp of the products minus Cp of the reactants. So these are the things are taken at a constant volume and the constant pressure relations, and this is very important to know this. Enthalpy of reaction for enthalpy of formation, this already we discussed. Okay, moving ahead, thoda sa, these are all chemical equilibrium. So I just want to give you the chemical equilibrium. There is a situation for a reversible reaction where the rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. That is called the state of equilibrium. That state of equilibrium has, this is called as rate, that is according to the law of mass action. And let us say A plus B gives rise to C plus D. Okay, so Kc is given as C. As time is not there, I just want to concise it and I write it here, bachcho. Please focus here. And it is going to be D and A and B. Then how to write this is a QC. QC भी एक slide है, the same, but the condition बदलते हैं. ए एंड बी, ये दोनों का अंतर क्या होगा? ये दोनों का अंतर क्या होगा बेटा? I'll show you. This is only at the state of equilibrium. This is at any instant of the time. So the finding Kc and Kp relation is very important. I just want to show you Kp and Kc का relation है and Qc and Kc का relation है. Kp is equal to Kc RT to the power delta n. Kc is the equilibrium constant at when the active mass is taken in the concentrations. When the active mass is taken in the partial pressures, it is said to be Kp. Okay, so what is delta n? Delta n is equal to sum of the number of gaseous products minus sum of the number of a gaseous reactant. बच्चों अगर डेल्टा एन जीरो होगा तो, डेल्टा एन अगर जीरो होगा तो Kp इज इक्वल टू Kc. अगर डेल्टा एन ग्रेटर देन जीरो होगा तो Kp ग्रेटर देन Kc एंड डेल्टा एन लेस देन जीरो होगा तो Kp लेस देन Kc. So these are the three parameters you need to know. Okay, please don't put anything in the chart. Okay, let's talk about this is the conditions, possible values of the Kc. As the K mean to say, मान के चलो ये Kc होगा, Kp होगा. Please focus here. Stability of the product increases अगर Kc value increase होगा तो, and stability of the reactant decreases and time to attain equilibrium decreases. That's very important, bachcho. Very important, Sonali. Now let us see the temperature quotient, and here we can see the temperature quotient log K2 by K1 is equal to minus delta H 2.303 or 1 by T2 minus 1 by T1. Here T2 is greater than T1. K1 is the equilibrium constant at a temperature T1. K2 is the temperature T2 and its equilibrium constant is going to be K2. This is called Van 't Hoff equation. Okay. So, bachcho, you can see the value of equilibrium constant depend on the various following things, because simple, not only numerical beta, but also theory oriented questions will be given, and you just focus these important points. Okay. हमारा ना अरे बेटा अभी please come out of the other discussions, follow these academic discussions. It is my request from my side, please. Okay, value of equilibrium is in equilibrium constant independent. ये depend नहीं करता initial concentration में, presence of catalyst में, and the direction in which the equilibrium is attained. अगर पर किस में depend करते हैं? इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट में डिपेंड करते हैं, इक्विलिब्रियम कॉन्सेंट्रेशन में डिपेंड करते हैं, टेम्परेचर में डिपेंड करता है, एंड प्रेजेंस ऑफ इनर्ट मटेरियल्स में भी डिपेंड नहीं करता. ओके, सो एंड किस में डिपेंड करता है? टेम्परेचर में डिपेंड करता एंड स्टोइकियोमेट्री में डिपेंड करता, राइट. एंड यू कैन से द वैल्यू ऑफ Kc if it is 1 exactly at equilibrium, if it is greater than 3, the reaction always favors in the forward direction. If it is less than 10 power minus 3, reaction always favors in the backward direction. And if it is in between 10 power minus 3 to 10 cube, reaction reversibility is possible. Okay, right. Now let us talk about this reaction quotient. I already mentioned. Kc Kp दोनों का एक्सप्रेशन सेम दिखता, लेकिन ये सिचुएशन अलग दिखता. ओके, प्लीज फोकस हियर. इफ Qc and Kc दोनों बराबर हो तो सिस्टम इज एग्जैक्टली एट इक्विलिब्रियम. इफ Kc is greater than Qc, it indicates that reaction always favors in the forward direction. If Qc is greater than Kc होगा तो reaction favors in the backward direction. समझे? Are you getting or not? Clear? That's fine. Now you can see Le Chatelier principle, बहुत ही important चीज़ है. If a system is at equilibrium, if it is disturbed by changing any parameter, it is going to re-establish. The system has a tendency, equilibrium has a tendency to re-establish it. This is what is called as a Le Chatelier principle. Okay, I am going to give you very important trick for that. Change in concentration. Agar you just change the concentration of the reactant or the product, reactant concentration बढ़ता है ना, reaction आगे बढ़ता, product concentration बढ़ता है ना, and it is going to come in the backward direction and vice versa. And you can see change in the pressure, that's very important. ये delta n पकड़ना है, simple trick. आज का सेशन में thumbnail क्या, short tricks to remember hard chemistry formulas. So don't worry, if the system has delta n 0, no effect, no effect. If delta n is less than 0, so if pressure increases, reaction is going to favor in the forward direction. And if you have delta n is less than 0, agar pressure increases, reaction favors in the backward direction. You see, when you write the short notes and cheat sheet, my dear students, please follow this technique. Please follow this technique. Okay, Numan. And also you can see change in the temperature. Simple thing, bachcho, as temperature increases. Okay, so delta H is going to be positive. Such reactions favors in the forward direction. Okay, ये condition में. If delta H is negative, exothermic है, reaction favors in the backward direction. See how simple it is. Right, beta? How simple it is. And also effect of introduction of noble gas. Effect of introduction of noble gas or inert gas or any inert material. So इसके लिए short trick है. I want to give you effect of introduction. Effect of introduction noble gas or inert material, जो भी है. The simple thing, बच्चों, focus here. I am praising you guys. So a lot of patience. So बच्चों के लिए कुछ भला करने का कोशिश कर रहा हूँ हमारा तरफ से YouTube channel से. Here students, they are doing very great things and doing hard work. Right? So let us encourage those students who are really aspiring. And I strongly believe you are also such a nice student, and now today you are making non-academic discussion in the chat box. This is actually not good. Okay, so I gently say avoid non-academic discussion, please. So you can introduce the noble gas at constant volume. At constant volume, उसमें dV is equal to 0. You can introduce at constant pressure, constant pressure का dP is equal to 0 होगा बेटा. So इन दोनों में आपको देना चाहता हूँ. So I like this because no effect. I like it because no effect ना. बस इतना ही. कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम में अगर नोबल गैस और इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ द इनर्ट मटेरियल कुछ नहीं होगा. नाउ इफ यू डू, these are the criteria. I want to say if delta n is equal to 0, if delta n is equal to less than 0, if delta n is equal to greater than 0, it is going to be forward, it is going to be backward, here it is going to be no effect. इतना ही है, ज़्यादा मत सोचना बेटा. And here we will do, based on this, definitely you will be asking a question, those who are preparing for NEET examination, my dear students, please, this is at constant volume. This constant volume का जो चीज़ है ना आपको धोखा दे सकता है. Are you getting or not? Clear, बच्चों? Now in this equilibrium, this is the criteria, and ionic equilibrium. In the ionic equilibrium, we are going to see the Oswald dilution law. So the dilution, when the dilution increases, concentration decreases and the degree of dissociation increases. That is given as alpha is equal to root K by C. If K is equal to Ka, dissociation constant of acid, and Kb, dissociation constant of a base, and C is the concentration, alpha is going to be degree of dissociation. Bachcho, that is given as K is equal to C alpha square by 1 minus alpha, or alpha is equal to root Ka by C. For this is for the weak acid, or it could be weak base BA. And also you can say common ion effect. Ionization of a weak electrolyte is decreased by addition of any strong electrolyte which has a common ion in it. So you can see ammonium hydroxide is a weak electrolyte. Its ionization is suppressed by addition of ammonium chloride, because ammonium hydroxide is a weak electrolyte, ammonium chloride is a strong electrolyte. Okay, you have ionic product of water. So ionic product of water is, arey bachcha, please abhi, please quiet, requesting. So ionic product of water, this is the product of the concentration of H plus ions and OH minus ions on the water, and its value is going to be always constant, and its value is going to be 10 power Kw value. Kw value is going to be H plus concentration, and OH minus concentration is going to be 1.0 into 10 to the power minus mole, 14 mole square per liter square. It is constant at 25 degrees centigrade. If temperature is increased, Kw is going to be increased, mind it. Okay, and Kw is equal to Ka dot Kb. अगर Ka पूछेंगे तो Kw by Kb कर सकते हैं ना, और Kb पूछेंगे तो Kw by Ka भी कर सकते हैं ना. Like that you can do it. And pKw, pKa, pKb and pH. And pKw is equal to negative log Kw, and Kw is equal to Ka, Kb, pKw is pKa plus pKb. Talking about the pH also you can do it. That is equal to pKw is equal to pKa plus pKb is equal to 14, is equal to 14. And talking about pH scale, it is introduced by Sorensen. You just say if the H plus ion concentration is equal to A into 10 power minus B, everybody knows this, pH is equal to negative logarithm to the base 10 of H plus ion concentration. And you can say pH सीधा ऐसे लिख सकते हैं negative log to the base 10 A into 10 power minus B. So pH can be is equal to B minus log A. Okay, whenever you want to do this H plus, normality of acid लेना पड़ता बच्चों, normality of acid, right? And similarly POH you can say negative logarithm to the base 10 of OH minus ion concentration. pH can be 7, less than 7, greater than 7. 7 neutral, less than 7 is going to be acidic, greater than 7 is going to be basic. That's what it is said, pH of the solution. Okay. So if you attend the class without any kind of disturbance, you don't have any confusion, Abhi. Okay, right. Now you can see pH of a weak acid. When you talk about the strong acid and the strong base, directly you can take the pH from this concentration of the acid or a base. But weak acid, you have to take H plus is equal to C alpha. है ना? So here you can say pH is equal to minus log to the base 10 of root Ka dot C. Similarly for Kb, for weak bases you can do it, buffer solution. Buffer solution is a solution which offers a resistance to the pH of the solution. When a small amount of an acid, small amount of a base is added in it, that is called a buffer solution. You can use a buffer solution by these buffers, types of buffer, acidic buffer and a basic buffer. Acidic buffer is a buffer which is a mixture of a weak acid and it's a salt of it's a strong base. And also you have basic buffer. The buffer is a weak base and it's a salt of a strong acid. And you can have Henderson ampholites also act as a buffers. Beta ampholites, yes. Yeah, please retract the message, delete. No, only academic content is going here. So you have Henderson-Hasselbalch buffer capacity. Buffer capacity is the amount of acid, number of moles of an acid or the number of moles of base that is added to a liter of buffer to change the pH by 1 unit is called buffer capacity. Okay, and you can also calculate the buffer pH by using Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So that is pH is equal to pKa plus log salt by acid. So this is a salt beta, this is your salt. So this is your salt. For a acidic buffer or for the basic buffer, POH is equal to pKb plus log salt by base. You know, once you have the pH plus POH is equal to 14, POH से pH भी आप calculate कर सकते कैसे? pH is equal to 14 minus POH. Like that you are going to get it. ठीक है बेटा? Now like this you have various formulas. I just want to take, this is the part 1 of the formula revision I can say. Hardly 1 hour 30 minutes से हम कर रहे हैं ना. And we'll conduct the part 2 in the formula revision and the short tricks to remember hard chemistry formulas. So hope you enjoyed today's class with all the physical chemistry formulas, and in next week I am going to conduct the part 2 session का है and we'll do the best. Okay, hope you like this session and please share it with your friends and subscribe to Infinity Learn NEET YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Thank you. Signing off, Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry from Infinity Learn. Thank you. Bye-bye.